All right, got my man Marcellus Wiley here. We just finishing up them recording. Speak for Yourself comes on every weekday.
Yeah.
12 o'clock noon on the Pacific Standard Time. We're not gonna give them the ace. It's 12 o'clock noon. Do your own math.
Y'all
on the East
know
Coast.
what it is.
Hey, Marcellus. Now you've been here all week. You talked to Wilder. You talked to Fury.
Yes.
Did your prediction change this week in what you thought? Well, come on, you called it a third round knockout. Did that prediction change, or did you just get more confident? What happened there?
Yeah. Look, I'm just reading what I get from those guys, and I think hearing Fury saying he's going to attack Deontay Wilder, I don't think that's the best game plan. I respect his boxing skills tremendously. We saw it in the first matchup where on points and in boxing for sure that Fury won that fight, but he got knocked down twice, so obviously it was a draw. I would run that game plan back, and he's not going to run that game plan back. At least he's saying that right now. So if he comes out there and tries to stand toe-to-toe with Deontay Wilder, the TNT in that right hand is going to meet his face and finish him. Yeah, so
quite early.
That's why I think it could be an early knockout, because if you're pressing a new game plan and it doesn't work, you can get caught, and it could be over.
All right, we appreciate your feedback, man, and I like the work that you do, man.
Oh, thank you,
Giving back to the community, man. Shout out to you. Give your book a shout out. Never shut up.
Never shut up, man.
You're doing great things in the community. You're becoming really a pillar for an example for the community to look up to, man.
Fork in the road kid like everybody else out there trying to figure out their way, man. It could have went wrong. It went right. And I just want everybody to know that inner power and belief they have in themselves. Whether you believe it or not, I'm here to make sure you're cognizant of it and it exists in you. So whatever you want to make happen out here, man, you got it. You can make it.
Congratulations again on your success, big guy. So, hey, let's talk about the NFL. Well, before we get to the NFL, you're the Clipper fan. You've been riding the Clipper.
I ain't the only one. No, you're the Clipper fan. What you mean?
No, you've been
Y'all
riding.
Laker fans always be riding.
You've been riding for a long time.
I have.
But I never see you at the games.
Nah, you won't. I'm on my fourth kid, bro. I got four kids.
Wow.
One, I ain't.
Well, that's a good excuse.
Yeah, and I got 3 of them that are 4 years or younger. So I got a 4-year-old, a 1-year-old, and we're pregnant right now.
You getting pregnant again?
Yeah.
You getting sleep around the house?
Hell no, it's training camp all year, coach. We don't play any games, all camp. Dog, it's just, man, I'm not lying. People always think that, oh man, you just staying away or you just chilling at home. I'm like, I'm working at home. Like, this job is not work. This is fun. This is my outlet. This is my game.
You get away from it. You get away from it.
When I'm at home, man, I'm getting karate chopped, taekwondo hit. I'm changing diapers. I'm chasing the baby around, and she likes to play linebacker drills into the couch. So, it's life, man. Father life is the best, man.
Well, congratulations on that success as well, big guy.
Thank you.
So let's talk about the NFL and this new CBA. How do you vote, and what's your thoughts on it?
I'm with the players right now in turning down this initial proposal. The owners, boy, they think they slick. 10 years, and then these incremental escalators, like they're so small for a 10-year period. You'll look up year 5 and see the gross revenue, and you will look at what the revenue to the players is and still be south of 50% at 48.5%. One, the negotiation doesn't even start till we get to 50%. But we were there before, earlier decade, and now
How they give it back?
they gave it back, and now they're trying to put the milk back in the carton, and it's going to be difficult. Those owners know what they're doing. I mean, they're all billionaires and businessmen for a reason. They're going to play some hardball, and the players got to be prepared to play that hardball. And I don't want to speak out of turn because I was a player before, and obviously we had a more favorable CBA. It was less money, but we got a higher percentage of it. The owners are trying to sell, hey, get a lesser percentage of more money, which, you know, you can't sneeze at $5 billion extra dollars, but you also got to know your worth and know your value.
There's more
and the
money
players deserve more.
So does that change with representation? Does that change with the players? Maybe I'm speaking out of turn. Correct me where I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But how does that dynamic change where you guys end up giving up less? And I know that was what you collectively bargained for years ago.
Yeah.
Can you touch on that?
Yeah, I can. I mean, look, a players' union, its strength is really in the numbers, and it's not just the number of members, it's the number of years you've been in existence. It's a very young union. You're talking about the NFL Players Union versus baseball.
Yeah.
So you get strength in those numbers because you've been around. And then you're able to run the relay, the legacy relay of passing the baton and inheriting more power every single level. So when you have a young union versus a billionaire owners or multi-millionaire owners when the NFL first started, you have such a head start. And to close that gap is the conversation. And you got to be able to flex your power. I think one of the deeper conversations people don't want to have is where football players come from. A lot of us adverse circumstances, and we play a very short life game. The shelf life is finite. 3 years is the average. So when you start talking long term, long game, does somebody only got 3 years?
They not really thinking.
Come on, man.
Okay.
It's a deeper conversation. There are some socioeconomic dynamics, there's some racial dynamics, and it's just a matter of time where you're like, look, I want to leverage my moment for the greater good, but that moment is so fast, and those owners are smart, they know it,
right.
And they play on the players' hearts that way.
Marcellus, I got one challenging question.
I think it's a challenge.
I do.
I told you I do take on note.
Your kids taught you that?
Man, my son, he's a blue belt. He's rolling. He can kick some 4-year-old butt.
In all seriousness, in regards to the Colin Kaepernick situation.
Yes.
And I watch you guys' show pretty religiously, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys giving me the time that you have.
Mm-hmm.
But you talked about him not being fully black to be aware of the. I'm now having a brain fart.
I can help you, but I want to hear what you heard, not what I said. Let's hear it.
Not living the black experience to the fullest because of where he come from.
Well,
did I get that right?
I mean, you could take it from what I said. Basically, I said, look, he's a mixed race kid from Wisconsin, moved up north in California. He didn't feel the full weight of what he's fighting for. And the reason I say that is because if you don't feel the full consequences, you don't usually have the full investment. If you notice what the movement has become, it's become selling shoes.
I understand. I'm not in a disagreement.
Yeah. I'm just explaining to people who didn't know.
From that standpoint, I'm in agreement with you there.
Right.
But the point of not being able to experience the full blackness awareness, I have separated. My parents are separated.
Okay.
I've been some Jewish families have reached out to me and helped me understand what life is about. Mm-hmm. I understand you have some advantages where you going off to Ivy League schools.
Yeah.
You kind of get a different experience.
Yeah.
That doesn't make you less black.
I don't think the Colin Kaepernick is less black. I just say, look, for a mixed race person, one thing that we need to start to fully respect is they're mixed race. So if you're white and you're black, where's the white pride? I hear a lot of black pride, but look, put it this way. If I'm the white mother, I'm like, you don't have pride for us? So I'm just saying have a balance, because once you don't have that balance, you're leaning into something for what reason? You know, that's not authentic. So people, it's no black experience. That's the beauty of it. You can do whatever you do is going to be deemed black if you're black. That I want to open our borders and say, stop. Black ain't just, I keep it real, I keep it hood, I keep it one. Like, it's, you could be corny and you're blacker than anybody. Right. Like, I don't get into that conversation. I get into when you are of mixed race, I just want to hear the balance and pride. And you don't. And our culture actually chastises people who
shuns on people who do that.
And I'm like, no, I'm trying to make sure he has pride in who he is. And if he has full pride in who he is in totality, I think that would be better expressed than what we're doing, pigeonholing him. Look, you can have a movement. Why you got to have cornrows and afro to do it? Why you got to wear the costume? Like, come on, man. Like, I talk raw. I don't care, because I've been there. I've been at an Ivy League school at a black students meeting, and the only way that they could validate that they were black is by wearing the costume. Everyone with golds ain't for the fall. Everyone with dreads ain't for the cause. Outcast. So I just want them to have full expression. Cap, you could do it. You could have did it with whatever haircut he had before, whatever car. Like, why dress up to do it? Do it.
Now, since we're on the subject, and thanks for clarifying that message, man, because that's something I always wanted to sit down with you.
Yeah.
And I'd ask him this question if I could. Could he have done much more, got much more further with this cause if he went to his teammates with the helmet out, guys, this is the cause I want to fight for. Ownership, this is the cause I want to fight for, and had them all pitch in. And kudos to him for spending his $1 million out of his own pocket to start this cause. Yeah. But I thought he could have got bigger, better, further if he was more inclusive with his teammates, the ownership, the NFL initially.
Yeah, of course, all those things are correct. I don't want to chastise him necessarily because he was first. He's the windshield, as I call it. Okay. You get a lot of bugs on the windshield, because you're in front.
Way to put it. Yeah.
But look, he put $1 million of his bucks down. Tremendous. And the owner did as well, Jed York. And then he stood Jed York up. And then also he's not in the same position with his advisor, Dr. Harry Edwards, as he was from the beginning. A lot of people, the churches, the community, the police chiefs in that area all had meetings set up. Didn't show. Didn't want that alliance. So I get your protests, but you're protesting for change. And if people are going to be in alliance and agreement with your cause is, activate them. If you're an activist, activate people. You can't do this by yourself. You get there quicker by yourself, but you get there farther with everyone else. And the players union, and he didn't even use the players union in his lawsuits. He didn't want to go with the players coalition, which gave $100 million to the cause, which is not his cause, the cause. No, he didn't want to be a part of that because he wanted the props and the leadership. Look, man. I tell everybody, man, I love the dude because I used to kick him with Cap. I was like, he was the homie.
Yeah.
I just seen the evolution and the change, and I respected it because who can't turn over a new leaf? But the missteps made me start to question authenticity. And of late, the monetization of the protest, which is not an alliance with everyone else in the cause. He's basically doing his own thing, which is great. Everybody has a foundation. I got a foundation.
Right.
I ain't gonna cause this uproar.
Tell people what your foundation is.
Yeah, it's Marcellus Wiley Foundation, Project Transition. So we help. Like I said, I'm a fork in the road kid. I do not think I was born with a different existence, destiny, just presence. I think I was just blessed to have a vision and a courage to go chase it. And I think everyone has that vision for who they want to be, but you have to have the courage and perseverance to do it. So I want to activate that with people. That's my simple thing. You're great. All of y'all great, though. So to really be great, you got to go get it.
Appreciate the message, man. Let the people know where to find you on social media.
You can find me on Marcellus Wiley everywhere on social media. Facebook, I don't check it that much. Instagram, I check that pretty much. Twitter, I'm on that a little bit. Also, speak for yourself, man. It's the Fearless Show. We're going to say what y'all thinking.
They real. I appreciate that. That's why I want to come at you.